Alright, so, Fizz Teemo. This deck might be a smoldering dumpster fire. It was a build-around submission, and I haven't done a ton of brewing in this game personally yet. Mostly been making small tweaks to other decks that people have sent in, but we're going to try and play Fizz and Teemo together here. And now, there is a small amount of synergy between these two units in that Teemo wants you to put mushrooms into your opponent's decks to level him up, and Fizz wants you to cast spells to level him up. And there are cheap cards like Mushroom Cloud. Hey, Albernia, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. And Mr. One, thanks for the 13. That put puff caps into your opponent's deck while also simultaneously triggering your Fizz to working towards level him up. We also have threats like Clump of Wumps that when they come into play, they create a spell for you, which is great. As well as Chump Wump, which makes 2 Mushroom Clouds for you in your hand as well. So these are threats that create spells for Fizz, but also are mushrooms for Teemo, which is fantastic. So the rest of the deck is just Piltover and Bilgewater kind of staples. We got things like Mystic Shot and Get Excited as cheap interaction, as well as a little bit of reach in our aggressive deck. We've got some salvages to generate a little bit of card advantage. We've got some suit ups to make our threats a little bit bigger and blank some of the damage-based rule in the format. We've got some Zap Spray Fins here at kind of the top-ish end of our curve to act as another threat that also generates a spell, basically, because it draws a spell out of our deck. And then we've got some Riptide Rex here because I love Riptide Rex. Yeah, I don't think the Peddler card's very good. I think at an individual power level, that card's kind of low, red for life, so I've skipped putting the Mushroom Peddler into here. Hey, Fisherman's Enemy TV. I'm glad you're enjoying the Runeterra stuff. Let's get your sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. We'll probably make some updates and changes to this deck in between sets as we fumble around, but we're going to start here for now. We will act second. Fizz in the opener sounds great. Basically just like looking for one or both of our one-cost champions to start. I'm gonna mulligan Riptide Rex. I think I'm mulliganing the rest of these. Just looking for cheap spells and other threats to pair with this to get going. Perfect! So we've got Fizz, we've got Teemo, and we've got some other cheap threats. This guy's kind of ideal. Let's see.
Don't get in my way.
So we can go ahead. When we cast a spell, Fizz not only counters things that are targeting him, but he also gains elusive. So we'll Mushroom Cloud them, which makes this elusive. And then we'll get in a hit in for 3 here. Hey, Red Link. You add this to the Tez deck in the queue. The test deck? Is that what you mean? The Epic Storm Red Link? Looks like opponent's playing probably something close to what we're going to play as our second Runeterra deck today, the Ephemeral Aggro deck. Okay, and then with Clump of Wumps here making us a Mushroom Cloud, we're going to get to level Teemo next turn, which is great. Wow, and they're going to level their Lucian already here. Sounds good, Red Link will do. So this levels up when... This levels up when their 4 allies die. This game might be over. Maybe I can chump this, right? So like this is gonna gain double attack, but if I throw a I can throw a 2/2 in front of it, and then next turn I'm gonna level these up. We might just be dead. Our draw was good, but their draw was really impressive, and I didn't have any of our chief interaction. Really needed a mystic shot or a clap here. Good lord. Well, that was definitely the opponent's nut straw. This was not a good example of an average game of Runeterra. This game of Runeterra was much closer to a game of Magic than a game of Runeterra. Usually there's a lot more play, counterplay, and player agency than what happens here. Alright, so they've got 14 puff caps in their deck.
Can't say no to Fizz.
Oh, it is 28. You're right. Okay. So every time Teemo hits them, he doubles it up. Yeah, maybe there'll be 12 puff caps on the top card. You never know.
You will be scoured from this land!
Burn away the shadows.
Yeah, I'm aware of how Lucian works. So I have a get excited to kill Lucian though.
You can't do this.
I think I'm just passing here.
Today we turn the tide of war.
There's a chill in the air.
Okay, so we're just gonna hope to super high roll here. We go Clump, we go double Mushroom Cloud. So they've got 26 puff caps in their deck. This is gonna put them to 36 puff caps. So it's gonna level Fizz. Teemo's gonna hit them and put them to 72 puff caps in their deck. And like they're going to 10 here. We only need 7 puff caps out of their deck here, chat. So like it's unlikely, but it's very possible. We could also draw another burn spell here. Rats. That's actually like it's actually a good example of why I like Runeterra as a game. Like, my opponent's draw was incredibly good, and, like, we still had a chance to high roll there at the end, right? Like, my opponent's draw was absurd, and we were still in the game until the last turn. The emotes in this game are great. For sure. Not really. It was about average. Leveling Lucian with Shark with a 3-2. on turn 3 isn't really average in their deck. It involves having 4 specific cards in the first, I don't know, 7 cards in their deck. Oh yeah, and the Remembrance, right? They also had the Remembrance. There are 40 cards in a Runeterra deck. You can have up to 3 copies of any individual card, and you can have up to 6 total champions. Which the champion limit is really nice because in addition to having strategical benefits, it also gives you an upper limit on what decks can cost price-wise, which is nice. Opponent is playing Ionia Noxious here, so definitely an aggressive deck. I think I'm mulliganing Clump. Make It Rain sounds good. Do I want Warning Shot to protect Fizz? Noxious usually means they have some burn spells. This can also make Fizz elusive in a pinch. So I think I'm going to keep the Warning Shot. This is a great pickup. Our cheap removal here is excellent. Hey, look, there's a Teemo. Hut, 2, 3, 4. Hut, 2, 3, 4. It also regulates power level a bit. Yeah, definitely. How do you show the full screen art? You click on the little eye on the picture here, and then you can left click anywhere on the picture, and it'll get rid of the overlay. Hey, chat. Make it rain. Yep. Sound of Science. They created the sound of science. That's super annoying. Let's get your sword to go with that shield. Sound of Science. So pretty punished for not being as aggressive as possible here. Am I offering the trade on these for this? I feel like I am. I have the suit up here.
As fate wills.
And worth noting here, yeah, if this was the patch is gonna go, the nerfs are gonna go live this afternoon. If this card was a 3/3, we'd eat it here, right? Like our suit up would mean our threat would live. That would be a really big difference. Those go live this afternoon, right? I believe they go live this afternoon. At some point, does anybody know? Is it today or is it Thursday? I thought it was today, but I also don't follow. I haven't been following Runeterra super close. I feel like attacking Mystic Shot. I think I'm better off using the suit up there in that instance because, what's the word I'm searching for? Because the suit up was discounted that turn. I could level Fizz here. Is that too aggressive? I could, like, puff cap them, Warning Shot, level this, and then we get to create a Chum the Waters. I think I like that. These are both burst spells. Wanna see a trick? chum in the waters. Do 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 do. Bew do do bew bew.
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
Explosives primed.
Sharks 5-2. It's not a great stat line for defense, but attacks well. Chum is not fleeting. I think we're gonna play it out here though anyways. Just use my mana for the turn. It is slow.
There's always a way out.
Everything's in place.
I think I'm just taking this hit here, huh? Them having elusives as well makes our Fizz a little bit harder to connect with, our Fizz and our Teemo. Yep. That's a pretty good draw. Wow, we might actually kill them here now with that draw. So we get to attack with these. They'll block this. They might block Fizz too. I'll shoot this. I'll Trickster's play. So if I shoot this and Trickster's play this, I rally, right? So I won't get another chum in the water, but I will get... Oh, I could. I guess I could... Oh, this does just put them to 2, doesn't it? They don't have any life gain? Here, we don't even have to be tricky, right? We just do this and kill them. Yeah, good call. Need to get out of my head, chat. They might have denied. That's pretty unlikely. Usually, my opponents, like, they're in the colors for deny, but deny's, generally speaking, not played in the aggressive deck. Yeah, more mid-range and control decks are usually the ones that play deny. That's true. If they had deny, they could also be countering the rally.
They picked the wrong row.
Is our deck actually somewhat cohesive, chat? This is my first attempt building something from a blank deck editor, and it doesn't seem like a complete smoldering dumpster fire. It feels like we're at least accomplishing what we set out to do. Like we have a thing we're looking to do, and we're getting to do it. I think I'm actually full mulliganing here. So if they were an aggro deck, we'd keep the Mystic Shots, but they're Maokai Nautilus, which means they're a deep deck. Again, the fact that you get to see the opponent's champions gives you an incredible amount of skill testing lines in this game. Allows you to make good decisions that give you a better chance to win with the information you're provided with. We could trim a warning shot for a Riptide or salvage. What's Riptide? Stun an enemy. Just stun an enemy. Eh. Oh, Riptide Rex. You want a third Rex. Sure. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So, part of the problem with that is, I think cutting a warning shot to add another card that likes warning shot feels counterintuitive. Drawing a suit up here on one feels real bad.
Take from the rich, give to me.
We have so many ways to trigger Rex. I guess the fact that we have Mystic Shots and Get Excited changes that dynamic a little bit. So, with Make It Rain here in hand, I am not going to offer this trade. I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Mushrooms also trigger Rex. Oh, that's a good thought. Yeah, I wasn't considering mushrooms as a plunder trigger, but you're right, they totally are, aren't they? Block and suit? I don't think so. I think I want to kill this with Make It Rain. I think my suit up can likely kill something better than this. So now we'll Make It Rain at end of turn, and then we'll open on attacks next turn to hit them with this. So when Chempunk Pickpocket hits their Nexus,
Feels like opportunity.
it gets to draw a spell out of their deck, which is great.
What do we get?
The rot must be cut away.
Like a fish in water.
Got there?
Actually, let's put Fizz here and suit up Fizz. And then let's Vile Feast this to keep this elusive around. I think I'm just going to open on attacks here. Make them choose between Fizz and Chempunk to block. And then when they block here like this, I think I just level Fizz up, right? Because he'll gain a toughness when we level him up. Wait, this would let me rally too? Yeah, I think I just do this, right? What if I Fizz on here? It won't save him, but it'll let me rally, and then I can hit with the leveled up one again, because this is gonna die and I'll have 2 elusives. Is that the play? You can see I can mouse over the eye here, and the eye even shows that I'm gonna have a thing here. Wait. Stun an enemy. Wait, I'm confused. Why? But why is it gonna fizzle? Why is it gonna fizzle this? Oh, because it's not attacking anymore, right? Okay, I got it. That's fine. So I'm not gonna get to rally, but we'll get to keep Fizz here. Stun removes it from cover. I was like, why does this stop this? It's because this requires the thing that is targeting be attacking. That's the detail I was missing. Yep. So, much like in Magic, a card like that checks upon when you cast it and upon resolution that the conditions are met. So that makes sense.
Corruption everywhere.
Hey, Zach. Through the hand.
Can't say no to Fizz.
Can't say no to Fizz. And then drawing a removal spell here means that when my opponent tries to hook Fizz in combat, I'm gonna get to Mystic Shot it, and then next turn we'll Mushroom Cloud, attack with our elusives, and get pretty close to killing them. So they're gonna attack here and hook this. They do have this life linker, which is annoying. I guess I'm trading here. Oh, that's a Teemo. Okay, do I go for broke now? Do I go for broke and like go wumps into Teemo? I think I do, right? I think I do. Let's just like try and do the thing now. They could fish us. You're not wrong. Wait, I have mushroom clouds to counter, right? Oh, they could play this fish. Got it. Yeah, that's annoying.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick
And then them having another Abyssal, I hear, is a pretty bad beat.
Protect our grove.
Scout ahead.
Okay, so they can block one of these.
Success is planting your mushroom plant.
All right, 40 mushrooms and 11 cards, chat. 40 mushrooms and 11 cards. Let's go. Let's go. Bop. Hit me, dealer. Hit me. Your move, Yugi boy. All right, maybe we need another Riptide Rex. Maybe we do need another Riptide Rex. Not killing Maokai is a little bit sad, but we killed a lot of them here. Really? Yeah, at least they didn't all target. At least they didn't all target Nautilus. Yeah, killing the lifelinker's big game. Honestly, killing their elusive is pretty big game too. The Maokai level doesn't really matter here, right? Like, they're at 4, and there's 25 puff caps and 10 cards here. And they don't currently have a blocker for my elusive, so, like, Teemo could be doubling up their caps again next turn. That's true. They are also currently dead on board to my elusive damage. So it's the best way to find my deck list. Exclamation point RT decks in chat will always get you a link to my deck list page, similar to Stream Decker, but for this game. You can also, rude. I should not give them a chance to play anything, right? I should just attack.
I'll scout ahead.
Running it like Nautilus spelled here and be sad. If we're a little bit fortunate, this Spray Fin's gonna draw us a burn spell. So if the Spray Fin finds us a deal 2 or a deal 3. Oh, brutal.
Push on without me.
Grasp. Grasp is kinda worst case there, yep. Alright, need a burn spell and then a high roll. Oh, there's no spells left in our deck.
Give them room to spread their leaves.
Oh, never lucky. We're close, chat. We're close. Hey, subtle Lexidation. Thanks for 13 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, the second elusive fish was rough. If our Fizz had connected that turn, we'd have been in the clear. So Johnny Teemo, definitely keeping Make It Rain. I'm gonna mulligan these two, I think. Looking for a Teemo of our own. The sweetest thing about getting to play mushrooms is you have good draws off your deck and their deck.
2, 3, 4. I'll scout ahead.
Yeah, we played Teemo Sajani before. It was actually really reasonably competitive when we tried it.
Signing off.
Who goes there?
Briny deep.
Yeah, to set a low bar, this game is a lot more friendly to brewing than Magic standard or historic formats have been in a little while.
They'll never know what hit 'em. I ain't afraid.
You should be. You should be scared. My Fizz is huge.
Vandal Scout never.
Gonna pass for now to see what they do here. They have way more mana than I do, so the onus is kind of on them to play. If they just pass back and we go to the next turn, they're burning 3 mana while I'm only burning 1. So I want to, like, represent the idea that I can have a way to protect this.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
Warning Shot's a great pickup.
Oh, that's a harvest right there.
We're gonna do this. I think we're going to go ahead and attack to start. Probably see them trade with the 3-3.
Let's talk about your tag.
This deck was a build-around submission. Someone asked me if I could take a crack at building a deck with Fizz and Teemo as the champions, so this is my attempt at doing that. The warning shot's a great draw here too, because it's a free spell to trigger Fizz. I could have maybe even been aggressive here and like Mushroom Clouded plus warning shot to level this. Do you want a complete collection of Runeterra, or do I only craft what's necessary for next? I'm just crafting as I go, basically. Which at this point means I have most everything.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Working our way up towards Riptide Rex here. Going to 6 mana, 7, 8, so 2 turns. On the 3 turns from now, I'll be able to drop this with Warning Shot most likely. Or maybe even just off a Mushroom on their deck. Yeah, and that's the key to building around 2 different champions, right? You need to find which cards work with both of your champions so you can enable them simultaneously. Stop it.
Can see the Demacian border from here.
So Fizz is well on his way to leveling up here. He's going to level next turn for us.
You name it, I'll nick it.
Also worth noting, the extra mushroom clouds that get made from things like Chump Wumps work nicely with things like Get Excited. It might be wrong to level Fizz here like this, but I don't want to lose the spell mana, basically, but they're passing, so maybe I'm supposed to give it up. Yeah, it is kind of a low bar just for clarity's sake, but to say the popularity of the Runeterra content is comparable to what my Moto content does is probably about accurate. The Moto content does a little bit better than Runeterra does on YouTube still, but that also doesn't really surprise me. I'm gonna leave this back because I don't want to trade my 3-2 for their 2-1. Like I said, I understand how this works too, right? Like I've built my brand on just Magic. It's not like I'm a variety streamer, so I understand that it's gonna take me a little bit to
They grow up so
it's gonna take me a little bit to develop an audience for a new game, even if it is somewhat similar to other things I've done in the past. All right, so do I just Get Excited this to keep my 4-3 alive? I don't really care about my 4-3, right? I think I'd rather just save this to blast their dome. Although killing the 4-3 makes my Riptide Rex better next turn. I'm gonna save this. How's MTGA, man? The current standard format is the worst standard format I have ever played in my 20 plus years playing Magic the Gathering. It's real bad. Historic has also been kind of frustrating lately because of all of the wilderness reclamation, and they lame ducked the format. I don't know that the new set made things worse, Drunk Owl, but it markedly did not make things better, and things weren't good before. So I don't think it's fair to say M21 made things worse, but I also don't think it made things better when we really needed things to be better in Magic. Thanks, Mega Manic. Yeah. I've been enjoying Runeterra a lot, and there's been enough support for it among my subscribers that I definitely plan to keep it as part of my content in the short term, at least.
This would be a good winter.
I think are the biggest problems. Will rotation help? I think a lot of the problems with standard currently are related to I think a lot of the problems with standard currently are related to the fact that War of the Spark exists. So yeah, I agree with the people in chat commenting that reprinting Ugin was a strange decision. Alright, let's open on attacks, huh?
Let's not ruffle our feathers.
Patahari, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
An auspicious season.
Narset's also a pretty offensive card from War of the Spark. The prison cards in Nissa are a pretty big issue with War of the Spark. Get that. Got it. Maybe 3 warning shots are too much. With 3 mushroom clouds too, I don't know that I necessarily need 3 of this, because like these are a pretty cheap way to do that. I don't hate the idea. Someone suggested another salvage. That could potentially be okay. I think going up a Riptide Rex is probably a mistake. I think having too much top end is bad. And going up a salvage will help me find the couple of Riptides I already have more consistently. The Future of Magic article, I say that loosely from Mark Rosewater, was very clickbaity. Is Flash being increased to a 4 cost? I wasn't aware that that was a change they were making. I thought the changes that were coming were putting the 4/3 elusive... They're increasing Flash to 4? Did they confirm that? I didn't see that in the patch notes. Can you link it? I know that's something people, including myself, talked about, but do I plan to play labs? I do not. So I, generally speaking, just mostly play constructed, and the deck queue system's been very successful for Runeterra so far. So as long as I have people submitting Runeterra decks to be played, playing viewer-submitted Runeterra decks, I plan to make that my primary Runeterra content. Speaking of, if you have a Runeterra deck you'd like to see played on stream at some point, you can submit it on my website. Details there. I think I'm just gonna bank the spell mana here. I'm Fizz. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I heard that they would change. They talked about changing turrets. A mouse over Teemo, please. Yeah, he's adorable. He plants poison pup caps in their deck every time he hits, and once we planted 15, he levels up. That's a great draw. Lets me level Teemo here.
The blessed eyes lit through me.
Pro freeze. Ooh, quite a collection.
Follow-up question, what's a puff cap? So, puff caps get attached to cards in my opponent's deck, and then when they draw the card that the puff cap is attached to, they take a damage. I'm gonna go ahead and Mystic Shot here just so I don't burn mana. I think beating them on resource efficiency is how we're likely to win this game. It is very sweet. So Fizz, Teemo, or Fizz here says whenever I cast a spell, he gets elusive, so we'll do that and attack in with these. That's pretty unfortunate. I think I'm gonna go ahead and level Fizz here.
More for my collection.
Start generating some card advantage with this. Honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind a third suit up. This card's been real good. Obviously, I don't have the resources to play it out here, but in general, this card's been very powerful for us. We're set so far today. Hey! I just make it rain here and hope to hit these. I guess I wait until they actually hook.
Set the hooks. Blessed vengeance.
Sick. Nailed it. So this hits 3 things at random. We hit both their challengers because it's a skill game. Start the day. We'll play Teemo. We'll play a Mushroom Burst. We'll smack them in the face. It'll be great. That article said nothing about game health. Exactly. It was a big old clickbaity tease. It was a waste of time and a terrible article topic. Even when trying to communicate, they end up being bad at what they're doing.
Kill me again. Prepared for anything, team.
They talk to each other. I love when they talk to each other, chat. It's my favorite. Alright, do I suit up just to push damage here? I think the answer is yes, right? Like, if I suit up Teemo, what do they have that could punish me? I think the answer is nothing, right? Like, what do they have for 2 mana? They have, like, Vile Feast? I don't think they have anything that kills either of these if I suit up. And, like, this is gonna put them to 38 puff caps and 21 cards. So they have to, if we hit a 2er, they're dead. Nailed it.
Yay, we did it!
Yeah, this deck's actually kind of great. This is definitely the type of deck I like playing. It's working out quite well. I had low expectations going in and have been pleasantly surprised. Ezreal, Swain, Teemo. I think I full mulligan this, looking for one of my 1-drops. Mediocre hand, but is what it is. It's nice to note here that we're attacking on even, so we'll be able to play Chempunk Pickpocket and say that 10 times fast and hit them right away, so that's nice. So small upside to not having a 1-drop in our opener. We're attacking on evens at least.
What you looking for? You name it, I'll nick it. Check out the
Insert Spider-Man meme here.
Be calling no enforcers.
I think we just trade these. If I play this out, they're pretty likely to brick wall me, right? I guess maybe not. They're only on 4 mana.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform?
Is Rummage in my colors? I'm still learning. Is Rummage a Piltover card? Does anybody know offhand?
Excuse you.
A couple copies of Rummage might be good in this deck. I'm okay with this block here because damage stays on it so we can make it rain. A Rummage or two could be good for the same reason Get Excited is fine because of our Mushroom Clouds. It's also just like another burst spell. All the discard cards are Piltover. Okay, good to know.
Glory, courage, execution.
We have Yahtzee. Yeah, something like that. Feels like we're just gonna die here. We weren't really able to get anything going to start. If I draw like a Teemo, maybe we could snowball some mushrooms, but feeling pretty far behind at this point. Might be a bridge too far. I don't think so. The playing actual Mushroom Cloud, maybe I don't want warning shots or I go down to even 1 warning shot, but I like having a lot of cheap burst cards in the deck. And like the games where we have a Teemo or a Fizz going, and like we have 6 of those, so like you have them quite frequently, you're usually pretty happy to have Mushroom Clouds. Yeah, maybe I also just don't want, maybe I don't want 3 of these too. I could definitely see going down on that. Funsmith. I don't know what that card does. Let's take a peek at it after we're done here. Howdy, Armor. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. Staying safe out there. I don't know if that's very good, but it's the play we've got. Thing's not quite leveling up yet, so we'll get to... if they just pass here, we'll get to Warning Shot into Riptide Rex to kill them, which is nice. Well, not to kill them, to kill their board, I should say. Yeah, I thought about playing Yordle Grifter. The problem is, if you look at the breakdown of... I ended up going with Zap Spray Fin over Yordle Grifter because of the makeup of my deck. We really won't trigger the Allegiance on Grifter consistently.
Merely pawn in a greater game. I will break them.
I guess we'll see what kind of follow-up they have here. They still have 4 cards in their hand. We're a little bit ahead on board. We're behind on cards in hand. Sure. Sure. Oh, feels like we're a little bit behind, but not just at the moment. They've got about 1 puff cap per card in their deck at the moment, so. Yeah, a few people have said the notification is the update's live, so we'll be swapping. We'll be restarting after this match to do that. We might be able to punk them out on an open attacks next turn. Depending on what the makeup of their hand looks like here. That's annoying.
Oh, that's a harvest right there.
Can someone in chat give me a TLDR of what labs are? Are they custom game modes? No, gauntlets are custom game modes, right? So like, what are labs? Can someone TLDR, please? That's a good pickup. This drawing us these burn spells is great. Labs are specialty gauntlets. Okay. They're more equivalent to Hearthstone Tavern Wells. Okay, good. That makes sense. I think I'm playing this here just to like maximize the number of puff caps they have going on. We like warning shotting me here? You have 0 mana, so like
Hey, Dad.
37 puff caps, 23 cards, 10 life. If either of these hit them here... Nah, I think even if we draw Fizz here, I just want to open attacks.
Do this.
Yeah, I agree with Lookdown numbers. I think Teemo would be our only draw that we don't open attacks. So our max on how many puff caps can we connect to a single card? I don't believe so. Alright, down to 5. Fingers crossed they pass here. Pretty unlikely, but they could. Woo! Oh, that's an absurd draw.
Deploy!
Take from the rich, give to me.
Take from the rich, give to me.
Don't mind me.
Have to block here, because this is going to deal 3 to me at the beginning of my turn.
Save me, Luke.
Nice!
Alright, so our best draw next turn is probably another draw 2. Our best draw is off of their deck. The best draw is going to be them drawing a bunch of buff caps. Close game. This game was especially close considering how awkward our draw was to start, right? Like this was the game where we just like spun our tires and did nothing for a little bit. Look at that! It just automatically takes me to the patch. It doesn't like give me a message telling me to restart like some kind of dumpster fire third-party updater. It's almost like this application was written by a real software company. I'm not used to these things. I'm not used to my software acting like reasonable software. It's so nice. Yeah, it's definitely got a very serious wrong half problem going on. We didn't start the R. Big agree. The games where we didn't have a Teemo, the games where we don't have Teemo or Fizz to start feel medium. Where's my black screen with a waiting spiral? Look at that. There's like full patch notes in here. I don't have to click. I don't have to click out to a different website that opens in who knows which web browser that's open on my thing. It's just all right there in the client. Oh, we have new shinies? Wait. Is Clifftop Monastery the new one? No. Alright, I think chat's right that I have too many actual factual mushroom clouds in my deck. When you consider I have Wumps and Chump Wumps in here as well. I kind of feel like I would like another threat / payoff style card, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what I have that fits that. Funsmith. Someone mentioned that one earlier. What does that do? All of your spells and skills deal 1 extra damage. That doesn't really seem very useful, huh? Does this apply to puff caps? Anybody know? That's a good question. Does this apply to puff caps? It does not. No, that doesn't seem very good then. I would like a 1, 2, or 3 drop unit, I think. That could be okay. Maybe it's just like Black Market Merchant. What about like Spell Shocker? I don't hate this card. We're definitely good. We're definitely good at using spell mana. Eager Apprentice. Yeah, he's a free roll. What's a tune? A tune gives you a spell mana when it comes into play. So it's kind of free in a roundabout way because it converts the mana you spend on it to a spell mana. Hired gun is just a good 2-3. A veteran investigator forces them to draw. That's true. I don't think Jagged Taskmaster is good enough. I'm looking for something that gives me plays to make in the early turns guaranteed, which is like why something like Spell Shocker or Eager Apprentice could be good. Dreadway Deckhand could just be good too. I'm interested in something in the first or second turn of the game where I just always want to play it out. I don't want like conditional things where it's you're one of the people who led me from Magic to Runeterra, and thanks for this. I enjoy this game a lot compared to Magic. Agree, Herman. Definitely been enjoying Runeterra more than Magic lately. Yeah, I kind of like Dreadway Deckhand, right? Like, I've got Make It Rain, Mystic Shot, Get Excited. This cheeky Flash of Brilliance is probably unnecessary. I can cut that. I can trim a Mushroom Cloud, I think, at least. Maybe we go down to just one of these, even. Yeah, Eager Apprentice is super... Well, I don't... Is Eager Apprentice actually better than Spell Shocker? I feel like that's a real question. Like, this is a 2-1 for 2 that gives me 2 spell mana? Like, I'd rather just play Spell Shocker, right? These are different colors. Is the why would you have this and this? This is Piltover, this is yeah, Dreadway is good and helps my removal be better. Let's try this. We'll play a couple of games with this configuration and see how the deckhands feel. Anivia. You want to mulligan these, looking for cheap things to protect Fizz? Maybe I could even go as far as to mulligan the deckhand too. Yeah, I like the core idea of what we have going on here a lot. Metal Gear. I don't think I've seen this pet before. Is this a new one? Do I want to trade Deckhand for the Sentry? I feel like the answer is no. That's a great pickup. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. Like, Fizz and Teemo are both basically, like, Delver-style threats.
Safeguard our home. Implement my shield.
You got legs. Use them.
Just gonna take this hit here. Again, if this dies, Or if this dies, they draw a card. So I think the plan here is play Wumps, and then we can Mushroom Cloud, give this Elusive, smack them for 4.
That's a harvest right there.
This card's been super good. Creating two, being a body and creating 2 spells for this has been quite fantastic.
Homestead. This is fun, yes?
Excuse you.
Glad we drew another Fizz.
Ow! Like a fish in water.
That's great. A little bit of reach here as well. Sure.
Oh boy, here I go!
Oh boy, here I go. Is that a good draw, chat? Oh, I can level Fizz, right? Fizz spell doesn't work when you're blocking Time Lord, it's only on attacks.
Light the signal fires.
Are they dead? I think they might be dead to this Get Excited. Aztec's really sweet when it works. I don't know what I want to do with this last slot in terms of what kind of card I want it to be, but the core of what we have going on here seems great when it gets to fire on all cylinders. Yeah, the fact that we get to play like 4 Mystic Shots and 4 Get Excited in our evasive aggro deck has been really satisfying too. I feel like we want Puffcat Peddler as another spell synergy. I don't know if I want that card. Like, 3 mana's a lot. I feel like I really want that last slot where Dreadway Deckhand is to be a 1 or a 2 mana play. Like, I feel like just like looking at like curve considerations. And again, a lot of these, that's not a great look either, because like I have 6 1-mana spells and I have 9 2-mana spells, so like 15 proactive 1 or 2 mana plays essentially. Feels important. Boom Crew Rookie. Yeah, we could just play that. I don't know that Boom Crew Rookie is necessarily better than the Attune Idiot. Like, our deck really wants some spell mana early. Pocket Aces could be an okay suggestion. Is Pocket Aces better than the Suit Up, though? Suit Up has been very good. I'm not sure that Pocket Aces is better than Suit Up. I'm gonna full mulligan here, looking for a 1-drop. Missed. This is actually a pretty exceptionally bad hand.
2, 3,
Having both Shoot Up and Riptide Ricks in the opener feels bad.
You'll never know what hit 'em. That's got a sting.
We see through all.
That's a good pickup.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade. I will confront you.
His eyes see all.
Again, just to like sing the praises of this card, been very good, very consistently.
No, no.
swinging. Yeah, I agree with that. I think suit up's better in the deck with the cards we're playing because our things are smaller on average. Like most of the time, we'd rather just be playing one of these. So do I? This lets me level this guaranteed and lets me bank a couple spell mana. That sounds nice.
I long for a worthy opponent.
They're gonna kill Teemo, chat. It's very mean.
You're covered.
Like a fish in water.
It's not a terrible pickup.
Protect and strike.
It's unfortunate. So there's no reason to play this out proactively here because we're not dealing damage to this anyways with the barrier. Was hoping to hit this with the Make It Rain.
Let me at him. Wanna see a trick?
What do you think this is? Magic Arena? Of course their patch fixed the bug that they introduced. It's not like you have to sit there and queue into the same crappy issue for, 3 months. If I play Salvage, can they kill this? I could also just draw something to protect it, though. Okay, I think I want to Salvage there so I don't lose the mana. I guess if they open on attacks here, I could get into a little bit of trouble.
For the honor, try me.
We could just be dead here. Am I supposed to block this so I don't die to... I guess they need more than just the +4/+4. What if I just get excited this? I could also just let this happen and then play the other Fizz out. Doing this means they have to pump here, though, which is nice. Okay, so that's fine, though, right? Because these are going to trade. I'm pretty okay with that exchange. Yeah, I don't have any experience with Riot though in League of Legends. I don't have any experience with League of Legends. Like, people often say that. They say like, well, League is crap, so like
Your move.
they say like League is crap, so you should give this client crap. Like, no, I'm not like giving like judging what this client is and the quality of this client based on a completely different game by the same publisher is bullshit and nonsense. Like, I believe you that the League client is far from perfect, but like, the League client's also working with an incredible amount of technical debt, right? Yeah, so, like, we got blown out by 2 pump spells there, like, we knew it was a possibility, but I think I like not blocking their first thing there still. I think I like keeping my elusive to prioritize trying to kill them the following turn with how much burn I had lined up. Like, having my elusive to trigger my Shark in hand was pretty potent. Like, judging this based on League would be a lot like judging Arena based on MTGO. Like, Arena's issues are largely unrelated to the fact that Moto exists, right? Alright, so Zed. Usually an elusives deck with pump spells. I think I'm mulliganing these two and keeping these. This can be a decent blocker.
Prepared for anything. Go scout ahead. Enough for everyone. The Yordle here's with me. What did you find today?
I think I'm just trading here if they attack.
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
They could have the +2 defense spell, but I think I just want to keep my health total high. I feel like we're probably the control deck in this matchup, if that makes sense. Between our like our salvages and between my salvages and my Riptide Rexes, I feel like we're better off going along and things that generate card advantage like Spray Fin.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
Rhine is deep. Where are you going? Ow!
I think trading early and often is good for us here, even if we're trading our champ. And like we gain tempo on both those trades, right? Like they just traded 2 drops for our 1 drops, which is nice.
Without a sound.
I'm leading on this, so this way, depending on what kind of protection they have, I can also get excited here. Yeah, so like they did that. And now like I get to get excited and kill this. We get a nice clean 2 for 2 here. Again, I think, or I guess it's kind of a 3 for 2, but I discarded a Mushroom Cloud that didn't really matter, so it's like kind of a wash. Getting their Zed off the table seems really important and profitable.
Keep up, keep up.
It's a good pickup. Honestly, J-Ray, and this is part of the reason why I'm playing so much Runeterra, I'm pretty over being frustrated with Wizards, like, making bad designs and then not managing their formats. Like, anybody who's paid attention to Magic for the last decade knows that Wizards doesn't really manage their formats well, and that's been a pretty constant complaint about their stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and make it rain here.
Hang on, son.
The dark beckons.
Coming in.
You cannot
This is pretty far from leveling, and again, just prioritizing keeping the board as clear as possible, because I think that favors us as we go along. Magic's the game with the most history. Genuinely believe the biggest thing Magic has going for it is its 25 years of history and card pool. See if they offer this trade here or not. I assume they're gonna attack here.
You can't do this.
I don't want to play Chempunk Pickpocket out yet, because I don't really want to trade him for this 2-1. I'd rather trade one of my 2-2s for it. Hey, Spray Fin's a good draw. This card's been super impressive. It's been good in most decks that we've played, honestly.
Act natural. I got you.
Let's do this.
I think I'm just gonna attack like this, so that way they have to trade their dedicated elusive for my 2-2, as opposed to the thing that's only sometimes elusive. This is another situation where something like Rummage looks like it could be good in our deck. We're also like okay ahead on board here, which is nice. What are some of our best draws? Like, Riptide Rex, probably. Riptide Rex and our salvage is our primary top end. Our big piece of the top end are what we're looking for at this point. I guess other elusive things aren't terrible either. Fizz! I'm Fizz!
Extra hands never hurt.
That's very good.
I'm Fizz!
They picked the wrong row. Like always, step on your mushrooms.
I know a way.
Closing in on the mark. Pay debt.
Back it up.
Yeah, the fact that I traded off early and preserved our life total is a big deal here. Big agree. I'm gonna level Fizz here, so that way we put this down to 1 toughness. Putting this down to 1 toughness is relevant in case we draw a Make It Rain. I agree that situations like this, Rex is the best possible draw in our deck.
You name it, I'll nick it.
I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and play another one of these out here. I just want to stack as many of these in their deck as possible. At this point, just try and close the game out that way, potentially.
You call that sneaky? This one's trouble. Step like
I'd rather keep Warning Shot than my Mushroom Cloud. I said something to this effect in the subscriber Discord server last night. If a month or a month and a half into rotation, Magic standard format isn't healthy and interesting, and their non-rotating formats are still as bad as they are now, I will probably step away from Magic. I've got a lot invested in Magic. I like it as a game. It's been good to me over the years. I'm gonna give them a chance to fix their stuff.
Not for everyone.
34 caps and 22 cards at 5 life.
yourself to the shadows.
Finally hit the high roll, chat. Finally hit the high roll. Love it. Do I want a third big shark? I don't know. I guess I could cut the Mushroom Cloud. I don't know, the Mushroom Cloud's been kind of okay. I'm gonna cut the third deckhand for a third shark. And try that. I think my opinion has pretty much always been for Magic that they need better format management. I think it's actually a really good thing. I think it's actually a really good thing that they push design limits and make interesting and busted cards, but they also need to be willing to dial it back and fix it when they go too far, and they don't seem to be willing to do that a lot of the time. I'm gonna mulligan these expensive cards and keep the cheap ones. What do you think of the spell that fetches a champion from your deck? Oh, that is in our colors, isn't it? One or two of those might actually be a really good idea. I hadn't thought about that, but it's blue. Okay, it's not. Okay, never mind. All right, I'm glad I didn't miss it. I was worried there for a second. Okay, so I don't want to trade this for this. We'll just hit them with Teemo here.
Enough for everyone.
I timed you out for asking the incredibly stupid question, did I quit Magic? Because 1, I literally streamed Magic today. 2, if you took 30 seconds, the time it's taking me to lecture you about making me lecture you, to look at my Twitter or my website or my schedule, you would find the answer to it yourself. I know a lot of other places on Twitch, people like really baby you and want to hold your hand and walk you through everything, but I expect people here that want some of my time to act like adults and help themselves. Ask stupid questions, win stupid prizes.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Withering Wail's gonna suck. It's not gonna feel good. At least I get to save Teemo. Wait, can I level Fizz here too? Not quite. Or too short of leveling him. This doesn't target. So, Fizz cannot counter it, unfortunately.
Scout ahead. Yes.
Yeah, we'll use a different board for the next deck. This is going to be our last one with this deck, I think. Again, avoiding killing this, so I don't want them to draw a card just yet. Ideally, I'd like to draw with this after I add some more caps to their deck. They have another whale here. That would be really bad for us. Just a grasp, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I would say maybe I Mystic Shot my own thing, but I have enough mana to do that at the moment. Is that a good draw? Feels like a good draw.
Keep up, keep up.
This card continues to be super impressive.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid.
I'll pick 'em, you plant 'em, kid.
Here in your time of need.
Starts with gusto.
So they're down to 15. We're up to 58 puff caps in their deck. I've got 6 points of reach in my hand. Plus the ability to plant some more puff caps.
Excuse you.
Started playing this game yesterday and it seems fun. For those free to playing, how long does it take to be able to make one tier 1 deck? 1 week. Yeah, one week's about average.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform.
This game has both the most generous free-to-play of any card game I've ever played digitally and the most generous pay-to-play. It's super refreshing. Alright, I think I Mystic Shot my own thing here, right? Because if I Mystic Shot my thing, they don't gain 3. So it's like turning this into a deal 3, essentially.
Pay dirt.
Leave your bags in the door.
Bridge. So their burn spell. Are they dead? They're pretty close, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we high roll on We high roll on some mushrooms next turn. 61 caps and 28 cards. We're averaging 2 damage per draw.
Take from the rich, give to me.
Take from the rich, give to me. Just doing this now to use most of my mana for the turn so I don't lose any. They go 9. Anivia is going to kill my elusive here, which is unfortunate, but I've still got 4 points in my hand. This is actually a reason to have not played out my Chem Punk. So, worth noting here that I messed up a little bit by doing that.
Just run while you can.
Oh, actually, I should block here to make them draw a card, right?
Calling no enforcers.
Rend the skies.
Try again.
Light the signal fires.
You love to see it, chat. You love to see it.
Gonna close up.
The Fizz emote is so appropriate while playing the Fizz deck, too. Alright, we need a two ball here, right? We need a 2-ball. Come on! Come on!
A new era begins.
I guess we have a draw. It's our turn too, so we have a draw for their deck as well. Ugh. Ugh. The fact that I played out that Chem Punk is potentially going to cost us this game. In fact, the fact that I played out the Chem Punk is going to potentially cost us this game. Because if I would have had the Chem Punk in hand, I could have discarded that to get excited and kept the extra warning shot. And this doesn't stop this, right? Is my understanding? I think I'm also supposed to do this now. So this way, when they draw one card next turn, if they only take 1 damage, they can't Innkeeper to gain back up. So, another excellent game coming down to the wire here. All right, hit me, dealer. Nailed it! You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. I really like where we ended up at with this. I had kinda low expectations going in, and this really felt like, if you're one of my Magic audience members who like enjoys Delver style decks, this definitely felt like pretty peak Delver style deck. Both Fizz and Teemo are like the most evasive champions in this game, and pairing them together actually works quite well because of all of these threats that generate these mushroom clouds. Chump Pump 2, I think this was like quietly the best card in that set. Like, not only does it provide a very reasonable body, but providing us with 2 mushroom clouds is a big deal. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Easy deck of the day, and I feel like this is probably something I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play off stream a little bit too, because I had a real good time with it. All right, so folks in chat asking what we're gonna be doing for the rest of the stream today. For those that aren't familiar, a lot of the decks that I play here on stream are viewer submissions. This deck was actually a build around. One of my wonderful subs asked me, or paid me to build Fizz Teemo. So I've got an entire deck queue on my website with a list of decks that I have queued up, and you can always know what decks I'm planning to play in a given day and the order in which I intend to play them in my stream title. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll. I get everything set up and flipped over. When I get back, don't go anywhere. We're going to play some ephemeral aggro up next. So if you're looking for a constructed Runeterra, this is always the place for you.